It's supposed to be a nice and glowing review, but you're gonna get this rant instead. Hey guys, I usually don't do these kinds of videos, however I'm slightly disappointed, so I figure out I'm gonna pass my experience of dealing with GeekWorm's AliExpress store. I'm gonna link it in the description as well so you would know what I'm talking about. A couple of weeks ago I've ordered this, and this is pretty nifty and nice SATA SSD shield for Raspberry Pi 4, something I reviewed previously, and you can read the full review in here. It actually enables Raspberry Pi 4 with SSD storage, so you can boot it from USB and enjoy SSD like speeds without cables dragging around. Brilliant, right? There is a reason why I have two of these in my hands, and it's not because I have more than one Raspberry Pi 4. It's because this one arrived first and arrived faulty. Now, as soon as I connected it to USB, it started to smell quite badly, and upon further investigation I discovered there are some SMD components missing on it. So, well, I promptly contacted GeekWorm over the AliExpress to arrange a replacement board. Long story short, after some troubleshooting steps, they actually forced my hand and asked me to order another thing, and they would deliver the working board with it free out of charge. It wasn't an ideal solution, but I didn't mind it at that time because I already had my eye on this board. And a couple of weeks later I received this board, and I received a new SATA SSD shield as well. So because I was already late with my Argon 18 project, the conversion of Argon 1 case, which you can actually see how that turned up in this video there, then I focused on working on that project instead, and I shelved this for 2 weeks, which in hindsight was quite a bad decision. So when I finally had some time to test the board and I got a compatible drive because I didn't have a spare SSD laying around, it turned out the board is dead. And you can only imagine my frustration at this point, because I was fully expecting GeekWorms to investigate and check both boards, because at the end of the day they would like to have a satisfied customer, and I wouldn't like to complain either because I have a job to do and I really enjoyed the idea for this board. So I've contacted GeekWorm once again, reporting the board as faulty, submitting video evidence showcasing that I'm unable to read any data from a disk, despite me testing the drive and the cable itself with a different setup and confirming it to be working fine. I had to wait a couple of days for a reply saying that they're gonna investigate and it's a weekend, etc., which is basically a stalling tactics to get you out of the purchase protection with last 2 weeks. And as you can see of the timestamps in the conversation, I gave them enough time to get back to me and assure me that I'm gonna get a replacement product. They've chosen not to respond at all, even though I have an evidence that they've read the messages. So at this point, I do believe this is a stalling tactic to get you out of purchase protection from AliExpress and prevent you from actually getting into a dispute process with them. So I've started a dispute process with AliExpress to see if I can work out a solution with AliExpress directly instead of GeekWorm's store. Unfortunately, charging back through a credit card or similar isn't quite possible in UK because it bears the consequences, which usually are not worth the price I paid for the board. So long story short, guys, if you're thinking about interesting product from GeekWorm, don't. I'm sorry guys that instead of having an interesting video about this board and potential possibilities, you have a rant video instead, but you have GeekWorm to thank for that. I guess I'm gonna close this rant with a statement that it's better me than you, and I hope that you're gonna learn from my mistakes. Alright, I'm going to end this video in my usual way, so there is a list of social media that you should really follow me on if you want to keep up to date with all the projects and articles that I release for NotEnoughTECH. As for now, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye!